रमज़ान एक ऐसा महीना है जिसमें आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये एहसास होने लगता है कि वो शैतान नहीं था, वो हम खुद थे। Islam proceeded step by step and by degrees in the imposition of most of its obligatory duties, and fasting was no exception. The noble Prophet, peace be upon him, advised Muslims to observe fast for 3 days in a month, but this was not obligatory. Then, in the second year of Hijrah, the command about fasting in the month of Ramadan was revealed. Verse 185 in Surah Al-Baqarah was revealed next year. The first commandment about fasting contained in verse 183. 184 was revealed in the second year of Hijrah before the Battle of Badr. The subsequent verse, which was superseded, it was revealed a year later but was inserted here because it dealt with the same matter. Siyam or fasting during the month of Ramadan is third pillar of Islam. Muslims wait all year long for the arrival of this month of Ramadan. Fasting means from dawn until sunset. Eating, drinking, and sexual intercourse is forbidden. Ramadan is a month of patience. A person who is ready to be patient, not to eat while he is hungry, not to drink while he is thirsty, not to lean to his lust. Such a person is a noble individual. Such a person will be given praised by Allah as a gift, as a merit of award. To train yourself to abstain from the essentials of life is not an easy act. It needs a strong personality to dictate self-control, self-discipline, and self-restraint. Fasting develops self-control and helps Muslims overcome selfishness, greed, laziness, and other faults. It is an annual training program to refresh us for carrying out our duties towards Allah. A person who can restrain himself for the love and pleasure of Allah deserves a reward from the Creator Himself. The hardship of fasting brings the glad tidings that the fasting undertaken for the sole purpose of pleasing Allah is sure to be accepted by the most merciful Lord. Fast in which the spirit of fasting is not observed is only an exercise in starvation but not really a fast at all. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Whoever does not give up telling lies or acting in a false manner, Allah has no need for his giving up his eating or drinking." The basic purpose of fasting is to suffuse us with the quality of taqwa. The term taqwa implies fear and precaution, and in Islam, terminologically, it means fear of Allah or God, consciousness and avoidance of disobedience to Him. Literally, taqwa means godlines, devotees, or piety. According to the scientific meaning, its significance a screen between two things. Thus, if the servant submits himself to Allah, will be carrying out all obligatory duties with which he has been commanded and abstain from that which Allah has prohibited. Then his obedient action has placed a screen between himself and Allah's punishment. That is called taqwa. In our life journey we face innumerable temptations, and we must shun them and stick scrupulously to the path of righteousness and truth. That is what constitutes taqwa. And for generating this taqwa is attained through knowledge, which is coupled with true faith, iman. If we do not possess knowledge, we cannot really show piety. To obey the commands of Allah and to carry out His laws constitutes taqwa. Fasting has been made obligatory on us. We are made conscious about the needs and deprivation of those who are more in need than ourselves. This heightening of one's sense of sacrifice is the opposite of selfishness and of a desire to exploit or oppress someone for the sake of gain. Allah does not need our hunger, but fasting helps us to develop and refine our reflex about right and wrong, our sense of love and gratitude. Ramadan teaches us how to control our animal passions, how to bring them under discipline. The end result is manifestation of a human personality that loves Allah and loves His creation, that fears none but Allah, that draws all its strength from Allah and Allah alone. Ramadan is also a month of the Quran, the month in which the Quran was revealed. The moral and spiritual climate of Ramadan helps the flourishing of the Quranic message, which is the ambitiousness of the God's goodness, humility, righteousness, love for good, and aversion for evil. There are many benefits of Siyam besides the feeling of hunger and thirst. Fasting teaches us how to control the love of comfort. It helps us teaches us to control the love of comfort. It helps us to keep our sexual desires within control. Siyam builds and nourishes the soul of the fasting Muslim. The fasting person enriches his fasting by the remembrance of Allah, the recitation of the Quran, the night prayers, zakat, sadaqah, charity, and by refraining from sins and obscenity. The fasting person lowers his gaze and suppresses his desire. He guards his tongue from vain talk and obscenities. He guards his hands and legs from prohibition of Allah. He employs his hands and legs in the good various deeds.